Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform where you can create your very own website and online presence. Hello friends, and welcome to my studio space. It's been a bit since I first moved in, but I feel like I've finally settled down, and even though there will be some things to move around here and there, it's been a space that I've made for myself. And although it could be rather noisy in here, it's been a really peaceful space for me for where I can really get into the creative process and get back into working traditionally. I've been loving painting more these days, and something that I've been really loving is working on this painting for my mother. My mom's birthday is coming up, and every year I always tell myself that I'll paint her something sweet and sentimental, but I never really go through with the plan. But this year I finally broke through and found something worth painting for her. A few weeks ago, I went back home and visited my parents and saw how lovely my mom's garden was blooming this summer. One thing in particular really struck a chord with me was this one branch of 4 tomatoes, and it was such a lovely sight. And you could see how these 4 tomatoes were growing in different life stages. I just loved how they were perfectly gradiented and they looked so special together. To commemorate and also memorialize her garden, I painted these 4 tomatoes and wanted to share with you all too. So sit back and relax and enjoy this little painting process video. As I was working on this painting, and also when waiting for the first layers of paint to dry, I did a little digital mock-up to see what I wanted the final composition to look like. This gave me a little more sense of direction with the piece and is an overall great tool to utilize when working on larger pieces. And I ended up turning the digital mock-up into a sticker of its own, and I feel like it has its own charm. Originally, I started with this bright pink base layer because I wanted some of it to show through in the final product, but I ended up scrapping the idea and going for a dark green base instead, since it was going to get rather busy with the amount of flowers and details that I wanted to include. But the pink will show through in other parts of the painting in later parts of this video, so keep an eye out for that. Before we get on with the rest of the painting, I wanted to quickly talk about the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. Recently, I updated my portfolio website and also reopened my Patreon secret shop, all with Squarespace. Their flexible website templates are easy to use and a great way to start building your website for your needs. There's a variety of templates for you to choose from and to make your own. I love their design and commerce tools when it comes to displaying my artwork in a way that's unique to me. Whether you sell physical or digital products, Squarespace has the tools you need to start selling online, and they have point of sale so that you can sell in person by connecting a Square reader. You can check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/thanksxu to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you again to Squarespace, and now back to painting. I was thinking about ways to keep the flowers fun and fresh while not going too detailed like I did with the tomatoes, so the classic daisy egg shaped flowers came through. They're my favorite type of flowers to draw and paint. They just remind me of cute little eggs, and it added such a cute little touch to the piece. For the marigolds, I decided to abstract the shapes a little bit more, and it was really fun to put on these thick layers of paint straight to the canvas. It just is so delicious. One thing that I was excited to try on this painting was to fill in the sides of the canvas. This canvas had some really thick sides and I wanted to utilize the space to the fullest and decided to add some vine details. I didn't want it to be too busy where it would compete with the subject matter, so I kept it simple on the sides and only did vines on 2 sides. think that wraps up the whole painting process. So here is the final piece, and it is an ode to my mother, and I really hope that she'll like it once I give it to her for her birthday. I feel like this was a really good introduction back into painting because I haven't traditionally painted in so long. So I definitely think there are things that I could improve on with painting, especially with subject matter. I feel like this definitely got a little more busier than I wanted. The focus is supposed to be the tomatoes, but there's definitely a lot going on here. But I was really just getting into it, playing around with the shapes and the colors and kind of getting lost in the medium. But this makes me really excited to try to do more traditional painting, especially with like these thick canvases, because I liked doing these details here and keeping it a little more simple on this side, but these are really fun. I don't have too much more to say about this, but to my mom, I hope you love this painting. Happy birthday. Here is 2 more paintings in the future because this has been so very reinvigorating to my soul as an artist and whatever. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little paint with me session and Q&A. Thank you so much for watching and spending a part of your day with me. It is really something that I am grateful for always, and I will see you in the next video. So